Okay, so the first thing I do is I prime my face, and I don't use like regular face primers or mattifying face primers because they make my skin really oily. I just like to use this Tatcha. It's the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I don't know if you can see it. It's not just something good for my makeup, it's good for my skin. So I really recommend this. Now, the next thing I do, you may have seen this in my last video, I mixed two concealers because I bought the Fenty Beauty and I love the Fenty Beauty, but I got a shade that was a little bit too light. So I mixed it with Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. So what I do is, my top is broken, so I just take a little bit on the back of my hand. That was a lot. Okay, I take a little bit less than that on the back of my hand. And then I take 3 or 4 pumps of Fenty. And then I just take the back of one of my brushes and I mix in a little bit of that dark with a little bit of that light until I'm satisfied. And then I'm just going to take this straight from my hand onto the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to start applying it, squatting it all over my face and on my neck. Pat that ear. You don't have to do crazy, but you want it to kind of look like the rest of your face. So pat that ear. I pat like aggressively. So if you're like, dang, she's over here patting her life away, patting her mistakes away, you're darn straight. Some people would rather use a foundation brush than a beauty blender. I prefer the beauty blender. I don't do really good with brushes. They give me streaks. So I don't know. That's preference as well. A lot of people like to damp their sponge. I don't damp mine because my skin is oily enough already, and it already looks kind of like, yeah, oily. It looks wet already. It looks dewy, and I don't need that. So if you want a more dewy look and you have dry skin, or you just prefer it to look extra dewy, then that's for you. Some people use water, damp it with some water, or with setting spray, which is what I would personally recommend. So this is looking pretty even. I do like the coverage. I'm not like an all-out full coverage kind of girl. I do like it to look a little bit natural, but at the same time, I want my mistakes covered as well. So that is also preference. Most of makeup is preference. Nobody can tell you what is good or bad with makeup. If you like it, then rock it. Don't care about what anybody says. Confidence is the key to makeup, 100%. Don't let anybody fool you and tell you that you have to follow a certain stereotype or a certain ritual. because your face is your face and you know what's best for your face. Okay, so after my foundation is laid, we move on to concealer. Now I have a couple pimples on my face, so I'm going to use my makeup stick. This is a Wet n Wild makeup stick. I don't have to use anything else because it works for me. So what works for you? And then it's really good for going in to your dark areas. They say go in with your thickest product to your thinnest. So this would be my thickest product, and then the concealer we're going to use is a mixture of Tarte and Kokie. So I'm going to go in with this one. Also, a little side note, foundation oxidizes, so before you ever go to put it on for the first time, you need to test it out on your face and see if it oxidizes to the color of your face, because it could end up being a perfect match when you thought it was too light. And then we're going to blend that out. Okay, so if you're using a concealer stick, it's mostly because you have dark areas or you want to brighten a certain area, which is totally fine. I have dark under eye bags, so I make sure I get those really good. And my application is a little patchy here because I didn't plan on doing my whole eye area, but that's fine because it just brightens and makes everything look really nice. The purpose of concealer is to brighten anything, or obviously it's in the name, to conceal. So if you have a spot that's, sorry, my nose itches. If you have a spot that is really red, you could always use color corrector, but all the color correctors I've used sometimes with my skin tone are just like hard to get blended out. And maybe that's not the point, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'm not a makeup guru. So don't like take my advice with a grain of salt. This works for me, and this is what I find works for other people around me. Anyways, so if you want to brighten your under eyes, I have really dark under eyes, and I just have spots like above my lips. Sometimes looks dark in pictures, and I have a few pimples. That's what I conceal for. I don't do my makeup without concealing. Sometimes I don't even put foundation on. And I know, she doesn't put foundation on. Sometimes I don't, truly. Okay, so we're gonna keep blending that out. Just pounce it out, bounce it, bounce that blender, don't wipe it. Wiping it will smear it and spread it. You just want it to go where you want it to go. So pounce, 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 pounce. Just keep pouncing. If your arm falls off, go get a new one. It's fine. They do all kinds of things at the doctor's office these days. Okay, so then I come down just a little bit because I have large pores and I like to cover them. So I want those pores gone, girl, gone forever. I don't want them to come back, but they will. So we're gonna use concealer. Okay, so next we are using Be Bright in the shade Medium Beige by Kokie. And we are using Tarte Shape Tape. We all know this one. If you don't, meet them. Tarte's great. Tarte is awesome. And this is the shade Tan, like I said in my last video. I think they have a foundation now. I haven't tried it because I love my Fenty. But, so I'm going to mix these together. So I just go in and put a little bit on my hands. And then I grab a little bit of the other and I mix these. I'm a big mixer. Like I don't like to just do one kind. These about look the same though. Okay, once again, I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to just mix them together. So now I'm going to take a smaller sponge and I'm going to just go underneath my eye with it and then do it on the same side, or I'm going to do it on the other side. And then I'm going to go above with what's left over on both sides. Go above that brow if you want to brighten that area. But if you do that, let's see, I got a little bit too much. Go back in with your sponge with your foundation on it and blend that out. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, we're gonna go back up on that brow bone. Hit that brow bone. Okay, so quickly, we're gonna grab our Bake, Set, and Brighten. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my camera keeps going in and out of focus, and I'm over here editing this like this is the most annoying thing in the world. So I hope it's not too bad for you guys. Very quickly, before your makeup starts to crease, because I get really bad creasing under my eyes, I'm going to take this directly onto my sponge and I'm going to go under where it creases very badly. Grab more, because I feel like that first layer just soaks right in. Grab more and push into those creases. This also helps whenever you're doing your eyeshadow. You know how you have like the fallout underneath? It helps because after you do your eyeshadow, you can just grab a fluffy brush and just buff it away. So that's awesome. I never do this evenly. I wish I could do this evenly. Like, some girls can make it look so pretty and I'm like, whatever. Okay. We're done. This is it. I'm going out and I'm gonna have confidence. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna wipe my hand off real quick, get that concealer off while this sits. We're gonna move on to contour. It's medium to tan, and I've had this for a while. It probably needs thrown away. I need to order a new one. Don't come for me. Do not judge me. This is amazing though, and I don't do liquid because I honestly haven't tried it a lot. Anytime that I've tried liquid, it has gone horrible. So I might try it again for a video, and that could be a fail. It could not be a fail, but we'll do it together. So a lot of people use a chunky brush. I use a really thin one. I think that it works best to get, you know, just right where I want it to be, and then I can blend it if I want it to go anywhere else. So I'm going to go into this shade here. It's the deepest shade in the pan. That's all you need to know. All right, let me see. So I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna coat it and tap it. Swirl and tap. Kind of like the bend and snap, only this isn't Legally Blonde and we're doing makeup. So you're gonna go right where that shadow is. Nobody gets it perfect, first of all. If you're doing your contour and you're like, that's not where hers are, first of all, your cheekbones aren't where Janice from the grocery stores are, and they're not where, you know, Beyonce's are. Your cheekbones are where your cheekbones are, and where the light shadows is where you make your line. So we're gonna go right where that shadow is. And what you're doing is you're just increasing what that shadow looks like and making your cheekbones look more defined. So you see how this side's like kind of bigger looking and this side looks a little more chiseled. Even though I do still have a big face, it makes it look more defined. So I'm like okay, so come all the way back. Some people say right in the middle of your ear, come down towards your mouth. Same thing. You're gonna see where that shadow hits. And you're gonna go down. Not only does it frame your face, but it gives it a nice glow. Personally, I think I do mine a little bit low. I think that's because I have big cheeks and big cheekbones, and I just naturally gravitate to doing it that low. I could probably stand to bring mine up just a little, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna roll with it. That's where my hands laid it. That's where it's gonna be. And you can always come up with a little bit more and just make a little thicker line. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like a perfectly straight line. It just doesn't. So I don't know a female whose face is 100% symmetrical. If you know her, shout her out in the comments because she deserves a cookie. Alright, so now that we have that laid, now we're going to go up with it and frame our 4 head, our 5 head, our 3 head. We're going to frame it, okay? And I like to frame with the darkest shade and then the next darkest up, next lightest up shade. So you're gonna go in with this here, and then we're also gonna go in with a little bit of this here. And you're just going to get the corners of your face and the border of your face, and then come down over that brow just a little bit. What you're doing is you're making a frame for the center of your face. Where the most attention is going to be drawn is, you know, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. And what you're doing essentially is framing that. So some people skip the temple. I don't like to because I have a big face. I don't like to skip it. I like to make it look like that shadow is just drawn in. I don't know if that makes sense. So then, if you want to take it a step further, you may have seen some people frame like their face and their jawline. I do it because I have 7 chins and a half, 7 3/4 chins. Okay, so we're going to lightly dust that darkest shade. Like, when I say lightly, I mean like rest your hand on your chest and like barely feather it on. And then what you're gonna do after you feather it on, you're gonna go in on this undercarriage here. So then come down a little bit on the sides of it. I get self-conscious that it doesn't look blended. So if you want to take a big buffing kabuki or whatever, you can, and then just blend it all out. Already looking good. Okay. So that is it for contour for me, unless I do my nose. I'll go ahead and do my nose just for the sake of the video, but I don't always do it because I think that my nose already looks nice with a little bit of wow, highlighter, with a little bit of highlighter. Take our contour palette and I'm going to find, I like to use a little angled brush or a like chisel tip brush, and I just take a mixture of the darkest shade and a light shade. So I went in with this one here and this one here. So we will, I gotta get my mirror for this because I'm not the best at it. And so you don't want to go completely on the side of your nose. That's the first step. You want to go kind of on the top, and like you want to make it look skinnier. That's the whole point of contouring your nose, is to kind of snatch it and make it look thin and perfect. So you're not going to go on the side because that's going to make like the whole top of your nose protrude. So you want to kind of go like, you've got the bone here, you don't want to go on the side of it, you want to go straight down the top of it through the tip of your nostril. Okay, so we will come straight down. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So that's okay because we can blend it. Alright, so now you're going to take, I take my small brush that I used for my concealer, and then I'm just going to pounce down. counts it down. And then go straight up the middle with a little bit of that powder that you used, just to snatch it up. And I come all the way up here, just because I like for this part to be nice and bright. So there we go. And then sometimes you can even take your finger and just and there you go. Your nose is contoured. Next, we're gonna move to eyes, which takes forever for me. So first, I'm gonna look at these and see what I wanna do. I wanna keep it simple. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down this color as a base. Where is it? Right here on my eye. But first, before I even go in with any eyeshadow, I'm going to use primer. I use the Milani primer from Walmart. Can you even see that? There we go. It's awesome. And I just start swooping. Okay. And I'm gonna lay this all over my lid. Literally all over it. So I'm gonna boom and boom. And I'm gonna just go in to my crease real quick and my outer edge. And then I'm going to take the same two shades and make sure I pop that down here a little bit into the corner. Make sure that crease is nice and defined. And so is that outer edge, outer corner area. So there's my crease. I do a thick one because I have really, I don't know if they're particularly hooded, but they are hooded to me. Like, I don't think they're definition hooded, but I think they are. So then I am going to take a lighter shade to go on my actual lid with. And I haven't decided yet. I think I'm actually going to do this really pretty shade under the orange on the Artistry palette. I think that's really cute. It's right here. So I'm going to take that. And I'm gonna place it where I want it first. Okay, that's not working. There we go. And then I'm going to just start blending that out and rubbing that in really good. Then I'm going to blend it in with that edge. I don't know if I love that. So, you know what? Eyeshadow is fixable. I don't love it, so I'm going to take a deeper shimmer shade. I'm actually going to take this one here. And I'm going to go over it. I don't love it, but we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna grab some more of this deep shade, the deep one that we first used on the crease, and I'm going to deepen up right here a little bit, and then I'm gonna drag that back over the top some. Now these shades are really pretty, I just don't think I chose the right color, because I don't love it. I think to make this all nice and cohesive, I'm gonna use a mixture of this one here and this one here. And I'm going to take that right into my brow bone. And then I'm going to take another brush and blend it really, really good. So I'm going to blend those together. Okay, pretty much all done. When I go underneath, I'm going to go back in with that deep shade under my eye. But we're going to wait till we wipe everything off for that. So we're going to try our best to get the other eye to look like this one. Say a prayer. I'm going to lay that base shade all over and hope that this eye doesn't turn out too dark. Okay, we got that laid all over the lid. This looks terrible. Throw on some glitter. This is Stila Rose Gold Retro. And we're gonna pop this into my inner corner because I can't. Like this, I can't do it. All over my lid. Let's just do it that way. It looks so much better. So much better. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna add this guy into the mix. Okay, now I'm feeling myself. We're gonna go in with the darker shades now. And we're gonna go in with this. And this one. And like we did last time, we are just going to carve out that crease. For a real one. And pop it in there. Pop it into that outer corner. Pop it into that other corner some more. And then drag it. Okay. With that same pretty shimmer shade, because even though I drew glitter over it, I still want it to look the same. So I'm going to pop that in there. Okay, and if it looks a little messy, that's okay, because you can always blend, and what you don't blend or can't blend, you can always cover. So, I mean, don't go crazy with it, but if you mess up a little bit, that is fine. It's 100% okay. You can either wipe it off and start over, or you can cover it like I have this here. So this is going to dust a lot of that underneath away. Now I'm going to go back in on the brow bone like I did the last eye with those shimmer shades. Okay, so now that we have that top shade on there, we're gonna blend this out. As soon as I find my brush, blend our hearts out. Blend this in. Blend till the cows come home. And then we are going to throw on our saving grace today. Right in the inner corner onto the lid. Take a fluffy brush, and since we're done with our eyeshadow, we can take off this bake. So I'm going to just swoop it away. And if you have a little bit of a line right here, where you had it sitting, that's fine because you're going to put blush on. If you're not, blend. Keep blending. Bronzer, anything. Swoop that away. Alright, and then I just go like this. So this isn't all shiny. Because by now, I'm normally really shiny. Use the shade Quirky, the Tarte blush. And then I'm just going to pat on a little bit of the same brand in Feisty. If you don't know where to put your blush, smile and put it right on the apples there, those bulging parts right there. And then when you do that, up. So and it just brings so much life to the face. And then I come over a little bit and just in case, and I just pop it in here to just give this a little bit more definition with whatever's left over. You don't have to do that. And make those really cohesively blend. You want them to blend together. So you don't want a line and then a line. You want them to fuse. So everywhere that you put both, pop that blender into both. We're going to do eyebrows, and then we're going to do eyeliner, and then I'm going to show you this new thing I have called the Vamp Stamp. It comes with one of these. You can get it in different sizes. I think I've got the smallest one. It's called the Kitten, and then you've got like the medium, the large, and then there's like a different one. So then it comes with this little ink. I tried this as eyeliner. It didn't really work for me. I just patted it on and that was perfect, and then I just used my regular liquid eyeliner for the rest. So that's what we're going to use on our eyes today. And then I've got Douce. I think it's called Douce. It's D-O-U-C-C-E. I don't know. Douce, I don't know. And this is called the Fierce and Fine Graphic Pen. That's what I use for the rest of my eyeliner. On my eyebrows today, we're going to be using the Maybelline New York Brow Precise. So I'm just going to go right under where it's really fine. And outline the natural shape of them. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top, right where it ends. And then a little bit in the middle, just a little. And I'm going to brush from the bottom up. And then I'm going to brush it back. Sometimes I have to fix the bottom because I go a little bit too low. That's okay. I'm going to go under, right where it ends. I really need to sharpen this. And then I'm going to follow the natural shape and go a little bit farther. Then I'm going to go over and do the same thing. Follow that natural shape. And then I just went a little too high there. That's okay. It normally wipes right off, which is like the best thing and the worst thing about eyebrows. And then I'm going to go right in the middle. with lighter strokes. Take that off of there. Brush up from the bottom. And back. And that's how I do my brows. Sometimes I go back in and I will see that, like right here, it's a little thinner. So I'm going to overfill right there, just so it matches the natural shape of the other brow. Because my brows are not the same thickness. So if you go in and you kind of overshade one of them, it helps a little bit. Now we're going to do the vamp stamp. We're gonna try that. So cute. I love its little packaging. It's like black and holographic, which is just adorable to me. I don't know. So it's like a little stamper with a bunch of liquid in it, and it's got the two different sides. It's got the left and the right wing. So I'm gonna do my left wing first, and you just stamp it in. I guess I'll show you. And then you picture where you want it. And stamp it on. Then you do the same thing on the other side. Picture where you want it. And stamp it on. Pretty even. Could be worse. I just realized that I forgot to do my under eyeshadow, so I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, I'm gonna take this maroony shade here, and I'm gonna go directly under my eye. Take some more if you need to. There's that. And now I'm going to do that on the other side. That's perfect. Okay. So now we're going to do eyeliner. And what I do with my liquid eyeliner, I get the really sharp tip there. So I just messed it up. But whatever, we're gonna move on because I'm not gonna wipe it off. I have the confidence to go out with crooked eyeliner. I just do. So whatever. Now we're gonna do my least favorite part of my face. Exactly. I use Eyelure Vegas Nay. I can get them at Walmart. They are fairly cheap. And they're beautiful. So you don't have to go out and buy like some really awesome lashes. They're gonna stick to your eye if you do them right. And there are all kinds of different ones. Let me see, this is my left eye. So I clip mine down just a little bit. But for the sake of just showing you, you're gonna just take them and lay them over your natural eyelash. I have to clip these first. I use Duo lash adhesive. You can get that at Walmart as well. The trick to any eyelash, any type of eyelash, is to apply a thin layer of glue and let them sit, honey. You have to get tacky or it's not gonna work. I squirt it onto something and then I take a thin brush and I brush it on. So I take some and then I just paint it on there. Paint you a good little layer. And then boo, let it sit. Baby. Okay, so that's one on. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the other side. So I'm gonna trim that just a little. Apply that lash glue after I stretch them out a little bit. I learned this from Tana Mojo. So yeah, stretch those babies out a little. Don't be super soft with your lashes because they will smell fear and then you will not be able to get them on. So do not let your lashes smell fear. That is, if you can take anything away from today, that's it. So I've loved makeup like my whole life, pretty much. I've been a girly girl / tomboy. I never really was in a category. I wanted to play kickball with the boys while wearing makeup. I never really pursued it because I never really thought I was good enough to do anything, really. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to mascara. I want to put your mascara on before you do your eyelashes. I learned that from James Charles and Tana Mojo. Shout out to them. I know you don't need it, but you're doing fine. But shout out to them for the tip because I tried to do it after I put my mascara on and it was a mess, girl. It was crazy. So I always just put on my lashes and then I do my mascara to set it together. Okay. So now I'm gonna go in, mascara, kind of pull it together. Then I'm going to go in right here where there is no lash, but my real one, and I'm going to pop some in there to make these kind of blend more. And then just go right on bottom lightly. I don't touch my lid if I have any choice. I just brush the hairs with it. And that's one eye there, so we're gonna do the other. And you're really just brushing to blend the natural lash in with the false lash and to make everything look more full. And you want them eyes to pop, so make sure you do that underneath. That underneath is really what makes have that that eyeliner effect without having to put it on your lower lash line. Okay, that is how you do lashes. And we're gonna move on to some highlighter and then lipstick. So I'm using today the Jeffree Star highlighter in the shade, or in the Diamond Wet. I love it so much. It is amazing. Shout out to Jeffree. But first, before we even put that on, we're gonna spray ourselves with a little Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. I like to do this because it makes your face a little bit more of a wet base, and it allows the highlighter to stick just a little bit better. And I personally like to use a tapered, flat, small brush, just so I can place it wherever I want it. So, look, it's so cute. Shout out to Jeffree. Not that you need it. You just did a pink vault tour, and I'm gonna sneak in there. I'm gonna get just one Hermes purse, and I'm gonna leave. Okay, one of them, just one of them. All right. That smells so good. I love it so much. Okay, and while that's a little bit wet, we are going to just touch this a few times. I'm gonna just place it where we want it. Yes, Jeffree. Yes. Slay. I'm gonna do the same thing before it dries on the other side, and just place it. And then I just do a swipe over the brow. I want this everywhere. She came in like a disco ball. She didn't even blend it all. All she wanted was to get PR. But all she ever did was wreck her face. Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry. Ever did was wreck her face. Anyways, we've got a pretty bold eye going, if I do say so myself. So I'm gonna just use some now unidentifiable nude lipstick lip gloss. It's matte, by the way, if you wanted to know. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm going to spray a little bit more setting spray. I just want to talk to you guys about my next video. It is not going to be a get ready with me. It's not going to be a makeup tutorial. It is going to be us actually going to Walmart, maybe GNC, to get things for my weight loss vlog. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait. I currently weigh around 270 pounds. We're gonna do a real weigh-in whenever I actually get my scale, and we'll go from there. But I really want to do my weight loss vlog, so I really hope you guys mess with that. Next week, tune in. I'll either make it a weekly weigh-in or I'll make it a bi-weekly weigh-in. I can't talk either. A bi-weekly weigh-in. I'm not exactly sure yet. So if you have any suggestions on how to do that, hit me up, slide in my DM. We'll leave it in the comments below. Okay, so this is the 100% finished look. I hope you guys love it. I hope you like it. I hope you hate it. I hope you feel something about it. If you do like it, if you do hate it, let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. Bye.